Good morning. On this week's installment of The Professor Helps, I want to talk to you about something that I've spent a lot of time overcoming. I'm still not done because, as always, I'm a work in progress and a masterpiece all at the same time. So there is a lot of reasons right now to worry. And I want to encourage you that maybe instead of worrying, you talk to yourself in the way that you would talk to a good friend. Sometimes the way that we talk to ourselves is really staggering. You would never call a friend of yours an idiot, but you call yourself that all the time. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity for us while we're worrying and concerned about the world around us to maybe take a different view. John Acuff is a writer that I follow and greatly admire for many, many years. I actually helped him launch his book to the New York Times bestseller list. And he has a new book coming out about overthinking. And I think that overthinking and worrying get bundled in together. And I think that one of the things that it's on my heart to talk about today is that I used to be a champion worrier. Like, so much so that everyone I would talk to would use that famous line from Still Magnolias is, I never worry because I know you're always worrying enough for the both of us. I was that. After the birth of my daughter, I realized that there wasn't a whole lot of help in worrying. It doesn't do any good. It's like paying interest on a debt that never comes due, which is a line from the movie The Spanish Prisoner. I've never been able to figure out the writer who did that because there was a group of writers. But David Mamet was the person who brought that movie to life, so perhaps it was his words. But I just love that expression. It's worry. Worry is interest paid on a debt that never comes due. Think about it. The last time you worried about something specifically happening in a specific situation, did it happen? Put another way, did you anticipate that there would be a global pandemic that you had to worry about? I'm guessing not. So one of the things that I think is important as we think about this concept of worrying and how you talk to yourself is maybe replace worry with wonder. And I'm going to borrow from John Acuff's phrase, but I'm going to move it forward. He says, if you can worry, you can wonder. I think that it's more important to say, instead of worrying, I'm going to wonder what happens next. And I know that this year, 2020, has been definitely challenging in that way because wondering what happens next sometimes gets us into very difficult territory because there's always that moment of what is going to happen next because it's been the murder hornets and I don't need to name them. They're all there for you to Google. But something that I found out the other day is that a lot of this stuff that's coming up is stuff that's already kind of been in the ether, and it's just that we're already got our worry emotions like right here. So you're prone to worry more. So again, I'm going to invite you and implore you because once my daughter was born, there was a million things to worry about. I could worry about her dying every 5 minutes, which if you are a parent, you understand that. And if you're not a parent yet, then you will. And if you have relatives or you have people who've had babies recently, then you have that worry, that fear. The biggest thing to remember is that it's more important to wonder than to worry. And I think that just changing a few of those letters and reframing it instead of worrying, wondering. Wonder has literally a sense of wonder. It lifts you up and makes you think, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what this child will be. And the experience comes from pain, as so many things do. I spent a great deal of my pregnancy with my daughter worrying that I would miscarry or that I couldn't feel her because I actually couldn't feel her move in my stomach till we hit 25 weeks. And that was terrifying because we had previously miscarried. And that miscarriage was difficult and awful and horrible. And the thing that I want to get across here is that by bringing myself into the place of wondering, and it has taken almost 3 years of her life to get me there. My mom said, I know you worry enough. And I said, I'm going to correct you. I have a healthy concern, which is a phrase that my friend Maureen Zabala in Las Vegas came up with. And I like that. A healthy concern is better than worry because worry is kind of needless and kind of flabby. And what does it get you? Nothing. So if you wonder, think about I wonder what's going to happen. And if you can worry, you can wonder, according to John Acuff. But again, I'm going to take it a little bit further for you. Wonder what's going to happen next. And as you talk to yourself, put wonder in the equation. I wonder what wonderful thing will happen today. And that is my message. This is my weekly message from The Professor Helps. It is inspirational, motivational, and sometimes frustrational. I'm coming to you one day a week, and what I'm trying to do is make sure to lift you up, never push you down, and understand that I am not an expert. I'm going through this with you, and one of the things that I try to do is be as authentic with you as possible about what's going on in my real life. And I feel like worry is a big thing that people are talking about right now. They're worried about the schools, they're worried about sending their kids back, they're worried about doing virtual learning and how that's going to affect their family. And the truth is that there isn't a perfect answer. And having the sense of wonder, I think, helps to take some of that worry away. And that's not to discount worrying in any way, shape, or form. It's let's reframe it so it's a healthy concern and not needless worrying. And that is my message. If you enjoy, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and of course hit the bell so you don't miss anything from my page, as well as share with somebody maybe who needs to embrace the wonder. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Professor signing off.